So with all the hype surrounding the end of the Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power, we can look back at some of the most enjoyable aspects of the arc so far, and in doing so we're going to take a look at what would have happened if Caulifla and Kale had fused the Metamorian way instead of via the Potara earrings, and how exactly and what differences we would have seen. I'll be breaking down the chances of why it could work, and later on I'll be talking about the reasons why it might not work. Leave a comment down below now and at the end of the video and let me know whether you're team #Kefla or team #Corlael. One of the most memorable moments and characters, whether people are a fan of them or not, has been Kefla so far. Kefla came to be with the Potara fusion of both Caulifla and Kale as a last-ditch effort for Universe 6. Using the Potara earrings given by the Universe 6 Kaioshin Fuwa, the Saiyan Warrioresses were both able to fuse together to form Kefla, an incredibly powerful fusion that played the main role for Universe 6's survival during their cling. Alas, her power was no match for the speed of Ultra Instinct and Goku was able to put them down. But she has been a subject to a fair amount of ridicule and controversy in her brief 3-episode appearance in the 131-episode show, due to her leaps in power and capability and her reason for diffusing and even a name. So begs the question, what would happen if the same two Saiyan women fused the Metamorian way akin to the likes of Gogeta and Gotenks? First off, we have to look at how it would happen. So of course, we know how they obtained the Potara earrings to be able to form Kefla, but how would they be able to form Kaleil? The Universe 7 Kaioshin was aware of the Metamorian fusion when it came to time to explain the differences to Goku and Vegeta to fight Buu. And with Universe 6 being the sibling universe to Universe 7, we are aware that they have their own Saiyans, their own Namekians, humans, and various other races of aliens that we've seen prior. We can safely assume that they know about the Metamorians too. With the Kaioshin being aware of the Potara fusion, Namekian fusion, they probably also know about other methods too. So let's talk about practicality. The Tournament of Power is set to last 48 minutes, with the Metamorian fusion lasting 30 minutes, and the fact that both Kale and Caulifla only had the knowledge to ascend to that of a Super Saiyan 2 power level, there wouldn't be quite a drain like there was in the Super Saiyan 3 time that Gotenks suffered versus Buu. So realistically, if the girls could survive for say 20 minutes into the tournament, they would be able to fuse within a comfortable time frame. In the show, the girls were able to survive for 27 minutes before they fused into Kefla. Given the amount of people that would have been eliminated by then, finding somewhere to hide behind the rocks to perform the fusion dance, perhaps even being defended by the other warriors of Universe 6, should not have been too difficult to pull off. With Metamorian fusion, the girls would have also had to have practiced the dance several times to guarantee the correct performance. Perhaps actually training as Kaleil as well would have assisted the combat knowledge and limitations. Now we've looked at that, we can take a look at the power scaling side of things. Now I'm sure there's a lot of power scaling experts in the Dragon Ball community watching this and grunting in annoyance at the sheer thought of taking Super's power scaling into account, but for now, let's address it lightly. We know from visual examples that the Metamorian fusion is seemingly not up to the same power level as Potara fusion. Whilst it's been a debate amongst Dragon Ball fans for some time, we can look at the evidence that shows us that during the Super Buu arc, Gotenks powered up to Super Saiyan 3 and could not destroy Super Buu successfully. Goten and Trunks, whilst not up to the same power level as their fathers, does play a part in this, but perhaps not as drastically as some people may think. Potara fusion, on the other hand, we saw Vegito barely even break a sweat against Buuhan, which consisted of Super Buu, Gotenks, Piccolo and Ultimate Gohan, and the jury's still out on whether Fat Buu plays a part in that. Yet Vegito was toying around with him even in his base form, and once transforming into a Super Saiyan, Vegito didn't have to try very hard at all, and even whipped Buuhan's ass as a piece of candy. The only rivaling things that we actually have witnessed is the non-canon Rebirth of Fusion movie in which we see Gogeta destroy Janemba in seconds with one single spot. And during that movie, Goku, after powering up to Super Saiyan 3, states he hasn't felt energy like this since Majin Buu. The reason that this rivals it is whilst this movie takes place in an alternate universe, theorized that Gotenks actually destroyed Fat Buu and consequently does not lead to Goku and Vegeta coming back to life, which is why they have halos in the movie and it takes part in Hell. This would mean that Goku was measuring his power to that of Fat Buu, of which Super Saiyan 3 Goku had no trouble with, and if you remember he played ping pong with it. This would suggest that the merging of Goku and Vegeta via the Metamorian fusion, whilst able to kick Janemba to the curb, may have been more likely to be that of a similar power level to Buuhan than so drastically past him like Vegito. Measuring this, of course, at the concept of Ultimate Gohan being that of a similar power level to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, finally, with all the jargon out of the way, we can assume Kaleil, as I have named the Metamorian fusion concept, would likely not have been as strong as Kefla, although training as Kaleil prior to the tournament may have proved somewhat beneficial to the girls' power levels, but yet still logically not going to be enough to rival Kefla, even with their leaps in power during the tournament. So that means they're screwed, right? Well, maybe not. Kefla's overwhelming power is what ultimately shoved Goku back into his Ultra Instinct form, and if Kaleil's attitude was that to a similar one of Gogeta's, they may be more willing to try and finish the job quicker than Kefla did. Both Vegito and Kefla, cocky in the Potara fusion forms, I've just noticed in this it says they're potato fusion forms, were experiencing it for the first time and had some fun. Whilst Vegito wanted to try and find a way to save the others from inside Buu, Kefla wanted to test her own strength against Goku. And had Buuhan been so much stronger than Vegito, let's say it wouldn't have been hard to imagine that they'd have done the same thing. So had the training in the Metamorian fusion state given the girls more experience, and they would have possibly been more in tune with their capabilities and more inclined to finish the job when they saw the chance. They would have been more aware of their own power level. Caulifla's yearning to attain higher forms of power, whether it be Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan Blue, played great roles in Kefla's will to test a newfound power. So perhaps knowing that they had their fusion up their sleeves would have played more as a safety net to finish the job. But with this in mind, even at the chance that they would eliminate Goku before he reattained Ultra Instinct, they may have eliminated Universe 7, but with Universe 11's Toppo and Jiren about, and even the likes of Dispo for that matter, chances are their team would just still be left with the two Namekians and Kaleil herself. Even at the assumption that beating Goku, and that Jiren would have awakened from his meditation, perhaps the girls strategically avoid Jiren until they're more aware of his abilities, letting him eliminate the other universe's contestants. Even so, if it came down to 3 versus 3, Universe 6 versus Universe 11, Universe 6 would be torn apart with the loss of the Namekians so easily, and Kaleil versus the 3 Pride Troopers would surely end in a loss for Universe 6. Even if, hypothetically, and this is a big if, that Kaleil would be backed into a corner and possibly ascend to Super Saiyan 3, or perhaps beyond that in the fight, it would drain their time on the fusion and the multiplier would still likely not be enough to defeat Universe 11. So it ends as a sad showing for both Kaleil and Kefla. But either way, Fusion have not saved Universe 6 here. It was a nice attempt, but it wouldn't have done either way. The other reasons that Fusion may not have worked consist of the fact that the Universe 6 Saiyans didn't know about the Super Saiyan transformation, so we can't guarantee that the Universe 6 Metamorians know about their fusions. The Universe 7 Kaioshin, back in the Universe 6 arc, didn't know about the Metal Men like the Universe 6's Magetta, and they did when they recruited him. So there is a chance that that might not have even been common knowledge to them. There's also the chance of the girls slipping up in the tournament and becoming Fat Kaleil, which would not help at all. And then, of course, there's the elephant in the room that suggests that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken may have still actually proven more than Kaleil could handle, which puts a dampener on the entire concept itself. But regardless of all that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this What If and enjoyed the thought and time put into it. Remember to leave a comment down below to tell me whether you're team #Kaleil or team #Kefla. Leave a like, comment and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time on World King Kanji's Planet. Bye!